4 minutes, Senator.
Thank you, Cathaoirleach. Just to echo the comments made already about welcoming Minister Donovan here today. Certainly, it's good to confirm that the Irish economy is growing again at a healthy pace. That's encouraging, but an effort has been made again to balance the books, as we talk about. I suppose when we look at some of what's going on, again, sentiments have already been made about Labour. There's a concern that actually, even though the labour market is fairly buoyant again, it's not that long ago that the figures were alarming and everyone was generally concerned about where the labour market was. I suppose when we look at the summary economic statement and the reference made to a policy designed to ensure steady and sustainable growth, I think we need to be cognizant of the fact that there is so much uncertainty, and especially with reference to Brexit, because there's a lot of uncertainty out there, and I think that people are still nervous, and we probably haven't had sustainable growth for a long enough period to be reassured that we're back into a steady track. For myself and for many of my colleagues, risk is a big component of this, and it's about mitigation of risk and about building in resilience to the economy. It ultimately must be about a really strategic approach to what is sustainable and what a sustainable economy will look like, and that's all the components of that. When I look through the document and I consider the fact that actually we are dealing with legacies of a crisis and those legacies still persist out there, the thing that I suppose concerns me is the €42,000 worth of debt for every man, woman and child in the country. And this certainly is a concern. It's alarming not only within Ireland, but when we look to our counterparts, our neighbours and trade, that we would really need to address this. I think my question would be, regarding this figure specifically, how long will it take to address this? How long is it to get this down to a manageable level? And what does a manageable level look like? Is it the top quartile of OECD countries? Is it the bottom quartile of OECD countries? It's encouraging to see that the government is prioritising reduction of public debt, and a rainy day fund is prudent for any economy. I think the avoidance of the pro-cyclical budgetary policies is also to your credit. Ultimately, this government will be judged by what policy feels like for the man or woman in the street. Does it feel better? And I suppose, could it feel better? And for many people, that I suppose ultimately is the question. But in conclusion, credit must be given where credit is due. It's very much, in my opinion, a case of steady as it goes. But to quote Donald Rumsfeld in this, it's the known knowns, the known unknowns, and the unknown unknowns. And unfortunately, I think we have still a lot of unknown unknowns out there. Brexit has posed a lot of uncertainty, and the knock-on effect or consequences for Europe. And I think when we make a reference to steady as it goes, I suppose my words would be we need to chart a straight path through what are, in my opinion, very choppy waters for the short-term future.